My love for animals, I'm not really sure where it came from. We didn't really have animals growing up, when we were really little anyway. I remember when I was like 1 year old, I was always like following around this dog that came to our church where we used to live. And the dog actually bit me when I was little. For some reason, instead of being traumatized, it like injected me with some kind of virus that made me love animals even more. There's a saying that goes, "Silent rivers run deep." I remember being more of a quiet kid. And I wasn't necessarily lonely, but I didn't have a lot of friends, I would say. I was just more of a shyer kid. And I didn't have like a big group of friends. But I did value the connections I was able to make one-on-one. And I find that learning to connect with animals is a big part of even learning how to connect with people. My first experience being around a horse is when I was 3 years old. We went to the zoo and they had a pony and I got to ride the pony. I think the pony like trotted a little bit, and after I got off I was like, "Mom, the pony, it galloped." After that I was just very interested in horses. I was always reading animal books. My first experience actually riding a horse was when I was like 6 or 7, I believe. Took riding lessons. That shaped a lot of my career now. Training to be a horse trainer was kind of non-conventional, I guess. I was 10. Our neighbor had a really messed up horse. I rode her for the first time and she was crazy, and I was like, this is not gonna work out. It was around that time that I was already reading informational animal books, how you can get a connection with a horse. I tried it with that horse, made a connection with her, and then I began to like work with her based off of what I felt like she needed. And I had already watched videos from different horse trainers like Clinton Anderson and different famous horse trainers. And I just kind of combined some of their methods together and then kind of made my own method and retrained her at 10 years old. What made me want to continue is when I found that the way that that particular horse was, I knew that it needed help, because it seemed like it had been abused before, and I wasn't going to give up until I could figure out what it was and what I could do about it. And I think it's just that streak in me, like I can get hurt or get bitten, kicked, but I just don't stop. A horse's most vulnerable spot is right above them. When a horse is out in the wild, predators like mountain lions, they jump down off of a tree and they land on top of a horse's back, which is where you sit. So when you're sitting on a horse and straddling their body like that, it's like a predator is on their back. That takes an incredible amount of trust for you to be sitting in the place where the horse is most vulnerable. Just as two persons who want to come together in any form of relationship, it takes an incredible amount of trust.
He shouldn't stop and come in unless you ask him to. So make sure that you check where your body is in relation to him.
Something similar needs to happen between horse and rider to solidify the relationship between them as well. Connecting with horses is a great parallel to connecting with people, because with horses, the main focus is on how clearly you're communicating with them. Horses don't actually use words, obviously. Yes, they do make sounds. They nicker, they whinny, they neigh, but the majority of horse language is body language. When a horse's ears are flat back, laying back on their head, it's a sign of annoyance or anger, and it also means to get away. If a horse's ears are pointing straight forward and they're like blowing through their nose, they're anxious about something, or they're paying attention to something that's like dead ahead. Ears flickering back and forth when you're riding them, they're paying attention to you, which is something that we like to see. Ears relaxed kind of to the side-ish mean that they're relaxed. If a horse swings its butt towards you, it's probably gonna try to kick you, or it's telling you to back away. So naturally, among horse herds, this kind of body language goes on a daily basis. Horses are telling each other to keep a safe space, keeping boundaries, making partnerships with each other, that sort of thing. You turn your shoulder toward the horse. The horse comes in as a sign of being willing to do the proverbial handshake. It's all about your body language, how your body's positioned in relation to them. Your boundaries, their boundaries, understanding, respect for each other. I think that with people, because we have language, we think that that's enough and that that's as far as communication can go. Many of us don't even use language that correctly. But I think that our communication can go a lot farther and deeper than that. Understanding each other's boundaries, having respect for each other. Those kind of things can be drawn from watching horses and interacting with horses. What inspires me to do what I do with horses, riding and training, is the satisfaction and the meaning that comes through connection. I find that it's very deep to be able to connect with not just horses, but it teaches you how to connect with people. It's just been really big for my spirituality. And I think that's one thing that drives me. I really enjoy it. I really just have a deep joy for doing it, and I really feel fulfilled doing it as well.